the morning show, for God's sake.
DJ Envy.
Better known as the people's choice. And salute to all my light-skinned brothers out there.
Jess Hilarious.
Jess with the worldwide best.
Just don't do no lying.
And Charlamagne the God.
Donkey today.
Everybody come to the Breakfast Club. I call this the hot seat.
Breakfast Club is like being on America's front porch.
Don't feel like my rich cousins that never talk to me tonight.
Every time I go to the Breakfast Club, I know it's gonna be like a good morning.
I'm getting
Good morning, USA.
Yo, 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 yo.
Lauren LaRosa filling in for Jess. Good morning, Lauren.
Good morning, y'all.
Charlamagne the guy.
Peace to the planet. It's Tuesday.
Is what?
It's Tuesday. Yo, get out my mouth early this morning, man.
Whoa.
Okay? Because you can't pronounce nothing. All right? You be questioning anybody.
Y'all be in here arguing like y'all ain't wake up together.
You knock it off.
That's facts.
All right? Okay? Because your braid's still fuzzy.
First of all,
all right? Okay? You cut it out.
Ain't fuzzy. I'm here.
Right.
New day, same braids. Shay, what up?
New day, old braids.
Jesus Christ.
You know what? Go to hell.
How are you doing, Lauren? How you feeling?
I'm doing good. I gotta redo this lash right here, though.
That ain't the only thing you got to redo. But since we're here.
She just ripped her lash right off.
The braids has been redone. Don't play with me. You know my struggle about getting my braids redone and what I had to go through.
What is it, the braids? Happy Tuesday, everybody. I feel blessed, black, and highly favored. Another day to serve our beautiful listeners.
That's
here at
right.
the Breakfast Club. What's happening?
Absolutely. Well, today, Caleb Plant will be joining us.
Yes.
Of course, he's a boxer.
Not just any boxer, what is he?
Super middleweight
champion.
That's right.
Yes.
Of course, Ak will be joining us to break down some of the things on boxing that we might not know, some questions we might not know about.
Salute to my guy, Ak, man. You watch Ak and Barack on his own boxing show. So I love when Ak comes up here when we have these fighters in the room.
There was a lot going on in the rumors yesterday, too.
Yes.
There's a whole lot.
It always is. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, Lauren.
It just doesn't slow down.
I feel like there's like a lot of like legal stuff happening right now. Yesterday I was like, man, everything is sold.
What you gonna do with those eyelashes?
I'm about to reapply.
Okay, I'm sorry.
They going on my eyes.
Oh, okay.
The only thing I hate about this era that we're in, and I say it all the time, nobody cares about the truth and the lies more entertaining. You just be having people saying anything.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's just like folks run with it.
And there's no sources. They just make it up.
But even
and
if
people believe it.
If there are sources, sometimes the sources shouldn't be like anybody could talk to somebody and be like, oh, it's a source, but it shouldn't be a source. It should be vetted.
Yes.
There's a lot of different things. People be like, you don't get tired of saying I spoke to. No, I don't, because I want y'all to understand. I be at work.
There used to be a time where you could cite where you would have to cite your sources.
Correct.
Yeah.
Nowadays people can just get online and be like, I spoke to such and such.
Or this is what I heard.
This is what I heard.
Yep.
And people actually run with it. I don't even be mad at the people that be reporting it. I be mad at the people in the comments for not even thinking to question it. But you know why? It's because they want to believe it.
Yes.
I mean, it's like you said, it's entertaining, right? So
nobody cares about the truth and the lies more entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
And folks want to believe the worst about everybody.
That's right.
Especially when their lives are miserable.
Mm-hmm.
That's factual. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, let's get the show crack. We got Morganwood. We got front page news. I'm sure we'll break down more politics. How many more days until the election? 44, 43?
40 something.
43? All right. We'll get to that next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa filling in for Jess. And let's get in some front page news. Start off with some quick sports. The Bills beat the Jaguars last night, 47-10. And the Commanders beat the Bengals 38-33. Commanders were like number one in the division. Next to the Eagles, right? Jesus. All right.
I don't pay attention to stuff like that.
I figured you wouldn't. Morning, Morgan.
Good morning. Happy Tuesday, y'all.
Good morning.
The U.S. is sending additional forces to the Middle East. President Biden, he addressed the rising tensions in the region. Let's hear comments from Biden.
I've been briefed on the latest developments in Israel and Lebanon. My team is in constant contact with their counterparts, and we're working to de-escalate in a way that allows people to return to their homes safely.
So yesterday, the Pentagon said the move to send a small number of troops to the region is out of an abundance of caution. Then the decision comes as tensions continue to escalate between Israel and the Iran-backed militia Hezbollah. Lebanese officials said Israeli strikes on Monday killed nearly 500 people, including children. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said, "I promised that we would change the balance of power in the north, and that is exactly what we are doing." Now, the airstrikes followed last week's attacks that targeted Hezbollah's communication devices, those pagers that went off, killing almost 36 people and injuring thousands of others. Of course, both sides claim they don't want tensions to escalate, but this is what is happening. So I'm going to report it. Keeping you abreast about what's going on in your city, New York City. Leaders from around the world are in New York City for the UN General Assembly this week. And
we know.
Yeah.
I got out before the traffic yesterday.
Oh, traffic was crazy yesterday.
I didn't feel it at all.
You didn't see it at all?
Nope.
I didn't either.
Good for y'all, because that is exactly what I was getting ready to say. Security is tight and traffic is creating a headache in Midtown, especially the east side. President Biden is expected to address the UN today and give and this is giving the president the outgoing opportunity to a chance to outline his foreign policy. Experts expect the ongoing conflicts in the Middle East to be a dominant sideline, or expected to dominate sideline discussions. Girl, I'm getting it this morning. Okay, anyways, but Vice President Harris, she will not be attending the UN gathering, but will be meeting with world leaders this week, including Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky. So, of course, Patrick Freeney, he's with the Secret Service. He says they are on high alert. Let's hear from Freeney.
There's been a global uptick in political violence, and that's what we're aware of, and that's what we bring forward to when we're planning out these visits and how to address that.
Yeah, so authorities say they are ready for protests, but they will not tolerate any property damage. There are no known specific credible threats tied to the UN General Assembly. So, again, just stay vigilant. If you are in New York, you're going to be dealing with some traffic, and maybe just plan ahead if you can.
And pray for all those people at the UN who got to sit through a President Biden speech. Lord have mercy. Jesus. I'm sure if they had a vote, they would choose not to hear him speak. I mean, God dang.
Someone else to do it?
Lord have mercy.
Okay, well, speaking of sending somebody else to do it, New York City's health commissioner, Ashwin Vasan, he is resigning after nearly 2.5 years. Dr. Vasan, who is stepping down at the end of the year, says he's well aware of other high-profile City Hall departures, but says that his decision is purely personal. Let's hear from him as he speaks on his decision.
My focus has been on improving health with integrity, with good values, with ambition, and with follow-through. And that's my focus today. It's my focus yesterday. It's going to be my focus from now until the end of the year. I have 3 small kids, all under the age of 11, and they need their dad. And so, this is my time to say I'm prioritizing you.
Yeah, definitely respect that. Yeah, so in a statement, Mayor Adams referred to Dr. Vasan as indispensable and added that he appreciates the doctor's decision to at least stay on by till the end of the year while they find a successor. So we'll keep you posted on that. And in the next hour, we will, of course, get into more political news. We'll talk Trump. He was in Pennsylvania. We'll talk about what's going on with VP Harris as well.
All right. Thank you, Morgan. We'll see you next hour. Everybody else, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open. Get your ass up. 800-585-1051. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. This is your time to get it off your chest, whether you're mad or blessed.
I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. Everything with me is blessed.
Call up now. 800-585-1051.
Not just me. I'm what the culture feeling.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, this is... Can I be anonymous?
No, because it's the radio. Just change your name. It makes no sense to be anonymous on the radio. We can't see you.
Hi, this is Elle.
Hey, Elle.
Hey, Elle.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you guys. How y'all feeling this morning?
Blessed, black, and highly favored.
That as you should.
So, Elle, what's up? Get it off your chest, mama.
All right, so I'm calling basically to say that how that 911 operators are being underpaid, working hard, 16-hour shifts, back-to-back, tired, and we need more money.
And you're a 911 operator?
911 operators.
Salute to all the 911 operators. Absolutely. I don't ever think about the 911 operators, but that makes a lot of sense.
No, they don't. They don't think about it. We sit here, we answer calls, 16-hour shifts all day, tired, halfway falling asleep on the phone, answering y'all family calls.
Well, this sounds like an emergency. Who should you call?
Clearly not the mayor.
Maybe try 911. Listen, who do you call when it's an emergency?
911.
But we need more money, and it needs to be heard.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I hope somebody hears you.
Well, thank you, Elle.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Have a blessed day.
Hello, who's this?
Yeah. What's going on? Good morning.
What's your name, brother?
This is Reggie.
Reggie, get it off your chest.
So, this is DJ Envy, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, good morning. So, listen, this is the story, right? So I went to church on Sunday and I invited one of my friends because she wanted to come to my service, and which was cool. So she came to the service, and then my ex-girlfriend that I haven't really spoken to like for 3 months, we go to the same church as well. She got upset and wanted to like basically start issues now.
At the church?
At the church.
Now she was trying to get crazy in church.
So you brought your new chick to the church that you used to go to with your old chick?
It's not. She not my new chick. She was just a friend.
But was it given she might have been bae, and that's why old bae was like, God, you know my heart, and I got to turn it up right now.
But God don't know your heart if we haven't really spoken in 2 months.
But that was still your ex, and you brought a new girl to your church?
Who won the fight, though?
Correct. She's an ex-girlfriend.
Of course she did.
Was the other girl showing restraint because it was church? Like she didn't really want to let them hands go because she was in church?
I mean, I didn't tell her until the end of the service.
Oh, okay.
So we got outside. Like,
so they didn't really fight then?
No, but she started. She started looking at her like what's really going on? Like, this your new girl?
You know what I feel like? I feel like all of y'all going to hell. That's just my personal opinion, though.
I think it's him. He's going.
I'm the problem?
Yeah,
you are.
Because why would you take her in that? Why would you take her in the house of God and it's a little tainted? You know your ex was in there.
Because I'm trying to create something new, trying to do something fresh and new. Like, I'm trying to start my life over.
You knew there was going to be a problem. You're not stupid.
I never thought about that. Men in the church who go to the same church, how many different women have like the pastor seen you with? I never thought about that.
Well, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. When we come back, a young lady wants to talk to you.
Oh my God, is this Shay?
When we come back, all right? It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. This is your time to get it off your chest, whether you're mad or blessed.
So you better have the same energy.
We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, good morning. This is Shay.
Shay back.
You back again,
Shay
girl.
back to spray the block.
The braids is still here. They up in
don't do that, 'cause I'm coming with an apology, girl. So I'm coming with an apology.
Why would you ever apologize for telling the truth, Shay?
Shay tell you to shut up so she can tell you the apology.
Okay.
Shay, why would you apologize for telling the truth?
Okay.
Because, I'm country. So, you know, when you country, you just say stuff. Charlamagne, I know you know that.
Yeah, he been here just saying anything.
Monk's Corner, South Carolina all day.
So, Lord, I apologize because I wasn't trying for it to come off like that. Like I said, I was just trying to plug my best friend. And I didn't want you to not have the braids and I was talking about the braids. But I apologize for it. Because I know I bless black women in our crowns, you know.
But how did her braids look, though, Shay?
My braids look good as hell.
I'm not talking to y'all. I'm talking to Lauren.
First of all, Shay,
y'all are so messy.
Shay, black women do have crowns, but if a sister's crown is crooked, it's your job to straighten it up.
Yeah, but if it ain't crooked, it's not your job to identify something that ain't there, Sister Charlamagne.
I see a little leaning tower of Pisa. If you ask me,
Shay, was it crooked, Shay?
No, her crown is never crooked. Them braids probably cost more than my hair. I can't talk about her braids.
That don't mean nothing,
I'm
ma'am.
just trying to plug my best friend. That's all. And I still didn't
I didn't see no DM from the best friend. What's the best friend's Instagram?
I actually did myself. I sent you her info.
Because I'm gonna be in. You said I'm gonna be in Virginia for Norfolk's homecoming.
What I'm thinking happened is the friend saw your braids and was like, "Don't ever volunteer me for that."
I'm there in Portsmouth.
You said you what?
She right there in Portsmouth, which is close. It's close. That's close.
Well, we'll see what friend is giving.
Here it is. You ready, Lauren?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Write it down, Lauren.
All right, it's Red Bone. Bone got 2 E's at the end.
This country. This is so country.
It's giving
Dallas _.
Now, so Portsmouth is in the hood.
No, she's in the safe area. Don't do her. She's not the hood.
I'm just asking.
But yeah, Lauren, Red Bone Stylist _
Red Bone BONEE Stylist
_ yes, ma'am. That's my best friend. She do hair, she do braids, she do natural hair, whatever you want. Her name is Ebony. Everybody else listening, y'all go hit her up.
She ain't coming up. She ain't coming up.
All right, Shay. Thank you, Shay.
All right, y'all.
Salute to everybody in the 757.
Salute to everybody in the 757. I think what happened is Shay's friend saw Lauren's hair and was like, "Don't you ever volunteer me for a task that tall."
You don't need volunteer services over here. We are strapped and ready to go whenever.
Get it off your chest.
I got the hairstylist.
800-585-1051. Now we got Jess With The Mess with Lola Rosa coming up. What we talking about?
We do. We gotta talk about Young Dolph and the alleged murders of Young Dolph. Just running down kind of what happened. It's really sad.
All right, we'll get into that next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get to Jess with the Mess with Lauren LaRosa.
News is real, whether it's Jess Hilarious, Jessica Robin Moore, just don't do no lies, don't do no lies.
She don't spare nobody.
Worldwide Jess, worldwide Mess.
On the Breakfast Club.
She's the coach of shoes.
With Lauren LaRosa.
I'm back. And I got the mess.
Talk to me.
Yesterday in court, the people who were charged with murdering young Dolph, the trial began. So the court listened to open statements and a lot of statements from witnesses. The two shooters, Cornelius Smith and Justin Johnson, are the people in question. And Cornelius Smith actually took the stand yesterday and walked through everything that happened. Now I want to note that Justin Johnson, the other shooter, actually in the beginning of this pleaded not guilty to charges of conspiracy to commit first degree murder, and being a convicted felon in possession of a firearm. Now there's a third guy. His name is Hernandez Govin. Hernandez Govin is not being charged as like one of the shooters, but he is like the drug dealer in the mix of this that I guess was cool with the guys and was trying to get them signed to CMG, was like a friend. He's the one who actually, according to these defendants, he's the one who actually told them that Yo Gotti's brother, who he is alleging put out a hit on young Dolph, had the bounty out for $100K, and Gotti's brother is Joke. Let's take a listen to Cornelius Smith in court talking about what happened.
We knew that, they had a hit on Dolph and them head or whatever, so... Who had a hit on whose head? Big Jug had a hit on Dolph's head or whatnot, so...
How do you know that Big Jug had a hit on Dolph's head?
Cause Quick had told me about it, Quick, and you know what I'm saying, being just...
How much money was it supposed to be?
$100,000 on Dolph's head.
And had you agreed to do this hit?
Yes, sir.
Had Justin agreed to do this hit?
Yes, sir.
Were y'all going to do it together?
Yeah, they been on it, but yeah.
Were there any arrangements as far as splitting the money or anything?
Yeah, me and him supposed to be giving Quick $10,000 apiece.
All right, so you and him are going to give Govan $10,000 apiece?
Yeah.
And how much were you going to get?
I was getting 40, he was getting 40.
So in that video, he is talking about how they were going to split the money. He says, I was getting 40, so Justin was going to get 40, Cornelius Smith was going to get 40, and then $10K was going to go to the Govin guy, the Hernandez Govin, which was like the drug dealer, the person that put them onto the hit. That doesn't add up to the $100K.
That's
There's still $10K missing, but whatever. So once they're going through kind of like what happens, they then begin they just go into a lot of detail. Let's take a listen to the second audio because I want you guys to hear kind of how they break down what their plans was about, like how they were going to do it at first and how it ended up happening, not at the turkey drive.
We knew they were doing the turkey drive, so we was actually on our way to Westwood.
Had you and Justin talked about this particular day before?
Nah, not the specific day. Like, we just knew that it was turkey drive going every day that week.
Okay. You knew that, is it fair to say that you knew Dolph was involved in these turkey drives this week before Thanksgiving?
Yeah, we didn't know we were going to catch him, but we knew that his artist, everybody had a hit on the head. Everybody had a price on the head.
From Joke?
Yeah, from Joke.
And that was going to be y'all's business this week?
Yeah, that was our business.
Now, Jook, who is Gotti's brother, was actually killed back in January at a funeral. But this part right here, I'm like, man, that turkey drive that Dolph does, he's been doing it for years. So many people come out, families, kids, his family could have been there. Just think about the fact that they were like, you know what, wherever we see him, but the goal was, we know he's going to be at this turkey drive with all of those people, right? They were just wanting to do it because they wanted the money. Cornelius actually said in court that they weren't feeling anything. They just wanted the money. Now this beef
so sad, man.
stems years and years and years back. Dolph had actually sat down with Raquel, shout out to Rack, from Rack Rants a while ago and spoke on the beef. Let's take a listen.
I just know it's a lot of hating going on, whole lot of hatred going on, whole lot of envy going on, whole lot of jealousy going on. In Memphis, it's this thing called people tricking people out the streets, get people unfocused on what they're doing. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, Dolph built himself up and building himself into becoming a superstar, and all let us throw Dolph off right quick. He doing too much. Come on now, man. The city can't say, they mention Memphis, they say, dog, we don't know. He doing too much. Don't get mad at me when I'm doing my thing, and it's like straight authentic. It's just straight all real. It's just straight all 100. And don't knock the next man for getting his money, period. Any man that hate on the next man from getting his money or being successful, doing anything, whatever, you a
Now, the case was only supposed to last, this trial was only supposed to last a couple weeks. It's been known for a while that Cornelius and potentially Govan were going to be cooperating in this. And I'm assuming that's why, because literally on the stand, all of the audio and all the video that you watch from it, when I say they're breaking it down play by play, like they even show, the Dolph's last moments, and they have Cornelius just walking through. Okay, that's me. Yeah, I had on this. Actually, when I got on the car, I had a wave cap on. I had my own gloves. He talks about how they met up after and exchanged the money. Like, he's breaking it down play by play by play by play. So
they break down how they got rid of the car, where the guns went, and how they
the
received
house
the
where
money,
the car was
and
found,
how they wiped down everything.
The music video.
Very sad, man.
I am so sorry the family of young Dolph has to relive all of this trauma, has to listen to these two young men speak about taking a life like they just made a run,
aimlessly.
like they just made a run to the store real quick. Like I clicked on that link yesterday on YouTube and realized I wanted no parts of it. The Law and Crime YouTube channel, that's what it's called?
Yeah, where you can watch in court.
They had two trials going on at the same time. I think it was the Young Thug YSL trial, and then hearing all that stuff in the Young Dolph trial. Well, not the Young Dolph trial. What's the two guys' name? Because Young Dolph is not on trial here. What's the
Cornelius Smith and Justin Johnson.
Yes, and all I kept thinking to myself was, you know what? D1 is right.
What?
He's just right about all of this, the whole state of the culture, everything.
Yeah.
And I don't know what's true and what's not true, but the sad part about all of this, it doesn't matter because the internet has already took it and ran with it. And now guys like, Gotti have to deal with the ramifications of that testimony, and it's all bad. None of this is going to end well. It already hasn't ended well.
It already has
because Dolph not here, Jook not here, but
a lot of people have lost their life.
Yeah, it's going to get
and
worse.
And people got families.
And
people got kids. People got.
And you don't know what's true and what's not true.
You don't.
It's just these people's testimony, but now everybody got to deal with the ramifications of this testimony.
Yes. And the sad thing is when you look into it, they say that this all started because they didn't sign with each other in the early in 2016, 2015. That's where they say the beef started from, because they didn't do the deal with each other. Could you think about all the death that happened just because they didn't do a deal with each other?
I don't know if that's really the reason.
But
if that is the reason,
a talking
it's very
point
stupid.
of it. And I mean, so we have a song really quick. I know Dolph had was the song? Can I say the B word?
I wouldn't play that song.
You are.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm what?
Don't play me. Play with you.
What you
I
say?
wouldn't play that song.
Women can say that word.
No, you didn't say that. You said you are.
No, women can say that word.
You are a queen.
Yes.
Thank you. That's why I appreciate the light skinned people in the room when they pop out.
Of course you do. Of course
the
you would
dark-
appreciate the light over the dark. Of course you would.
Yeah.
Same way you like them white men over black men.
Stop playing with me.
We all know what it is.
Stop playing with me.
You know what I'm saying? Also, too, man, they said they were willing to kill young Dolph, and he was on his way to his turkey drive. Can you imagine that?
That's what I'm saying.
One person,
all them families, all them people, so many people could have got hit. And all of this, and mind you, one of the guys testified that a big part of this was they wanted to be signed and be down with CMG, allegedly. Right? So all of this for a deal?
And then they only got $800 out of it, right?
$800.
But just think of the fact, one person waking up looking to do something for their community, the other folks waking up to take something from the community, because we really be killing the same people that God sent to help us. And that's why you have to love these niggas from afar. Okay? Just a bunch of pointless nig nonsense. And when all the smoke clears, when you take a step back, ask yourself, was whatever folks beefing over worth it? No.
Bro, that's so disgusting, so nasty. But, both of those brothers do a lot for that community and do a lot for Memphis, but it's just $800 to be signed to somebody. They were going to do it for $100,000 is what they were allegedly supposed to get to take that man's life.
Cornelius Smith said at one point in time he had to come back to get more money because they didn't give him the full $800. He had ran out, so he had to come back to get more money because he couldn't live. Like he had to get away after they did it. Then he had to come back to get more money. It's like that, all of that. Rest in peace, Dolph. The case will keep going, so I'm sure we'll have to talk about this again.
All right. Well, that was Jess with the Mess with Lauren LaRosa. When we come back, we got front page news, and then Caleb Plant will be joining us. He's the super middleweight champion. We'll talk to him next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
You're checking out The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa filling in for Jess. Let's get back in some front page news. Real quick, sports last night. The Commanders beat the Bengals 38-33, and the Bills beat the Jaguars 47-10. Now, what we starting with, Morgan?
We're starting with former President Trump. Well, he's making his pitch to farmers. He did that while campaigning in Smithton, Pennsylvania on Monday. Trump said the Biden-Harris administration is not enforcing a deal he previously struck with China.
We have a deal in place that China is supposed to buy $50 billion worth of our product, and they are not living up to it, and they were living up to it. And every farmer I spoke to a lot of them recently in Iowa, and they're having the same problem. They're not doing well. They're not doing well. They were doing great during the Trump administration. I think you would say that.
Trump also raised doubts about early voting in the swing state. He plans to spend a lot of time in Pennsylvania between now and the election. I actually spoke with a Pennsylvania representative recently who said that whoever wins Pennsylvania is likely to win the election. So some speculate the entire election could come down to the pivotal swing state. Again, Trump is raising doubts about early voting. Let's hear what he had to say on that.
We're going to go after anybody that gets caught cheating on the election. We're going to go after them harder than anyone's ever been sought before.
So he suggested that fraud happened, saying what happened last time was disgraceful. He said that it would not happen again, and also that this election would be too big to rig. The comments come just a day after Trump said in a virtual rally that the country was in big trouble and that you could vote by mail or early in person. Trump would be, he will be back in Butler. That's the location where the first assassination attempt took place on his life.
Well, question, Morgan, if the election is too big to rig, how come Republicans are currently rigging it? Like, they're currently setting the stage to steal the election. You can look and see Texas has purged about 500,000 eligible voters. Oklahoma's purged about 192,000 eligible voters. Georgia's requiring 5 to 6 million votes be counted by hand. You got, a lot of Republican states that have closed more than 100,000 polling locations in Black and Latino neighborhoods. I saw Texas had they removed 1 million people from voter rolls. So it's like they're already setting the stage to steal the election. So how is it too big to rig if they're currently rigging it?
You're going to have to add, that's a question for former President Trump. I cannot answer that one, but you're definitely right. It's definitely setting the stage and the so-called precedent as to what we can expect in this upcoming election. And I don't think that he's going to go down without a fight. I don't think that either party will concede, in the traditional sense anyways. Speaking of the other party, Vice President Kamala Harris, she's reportedly been courting corporate America, cultivating relationships with Wall Street and Silicon Valley. The Wall Street Journal reports that Harris has hosted dinners of 8 to 10 chief executives at the Vice President's Naval Observatory residence to discuss a range of topics. Attendees from Visa, Motorola, and CVS report that she listened to their thoughts on the Inflation Reduction Act, DEI efforts, China, and the labor market. It's a different approach than the one taken by Biden, whose business leaders say didn't make an effort to engage them beyond formal meetings. Now, Harris also recently backed a less drastic increase in the top capital gains tax rate, breaking with the Biden administration plans. And also switching gears back to North Carolina, the Republican candidate for governor, North Carolina, he's threatening to take legal action. Mark Robinson, he's threatening to take legal action against CNN for the story about alleged remarks he made online. Let's hear from Mark Robinson.
We have 5 weeks left in this race, folks, and make no mistake about it. We are not going to let CNN throw us off of our mission. We're in talks right now, everything up to legal counsel to take CNN to task for what they have done to us. We are going after them, okay? We are going to go after them for what they've done.
The stories published by CNN last week allege that Mark Robinson allegedly made sexually explicit and racially charged comments on a porn site. Now, Robinson told reporters at a campaign event on Monday that his campaign is in talks to take CNN to task for what they've done. He's looking at legal action in regards to that. The alleged comments were made over a decade ago and include calling himself a black Nazi, having choice words about Martin Luther King Jr. and other things. In reference to that, several aides from his campaign have since stepped down. I mean, people who are really close to him regarding those allegations, they have since stepped down. And if we got time for one more, I know everyone uses Twitter, aka X. Well, X is set to change how its block feature works. Owner Elon Musk says users blocked by a public account will now still be able to view posts from that account. However, they will not be able to engage with any of the posts from that account that blocked them. Musk said it is high time this happens. So if I have you blocked, I got a public profile, you can see my post, but you can't engage.
I don't like that. That's stupid.
Yeah, right?
If I'm blocking you, I'm blocking you for a reason. But now you can still see where I'm at. You can still see my posts. You can still
if I send subliminals, you know.
It's certain people that I wouldn't mind being able to be like that little bit of petty too.
Well, just don't block them.
Where you could still
watch
this blow up.
But yeah, you don't want your haters to still see you shining. And the worst part about it is they see you shining but can't comment. Oh, that'll drive them crazy.
They make a fake page.
Yeah.
I don't go on X no way though, so I can care less.
All right.
Well, that's your front page news. Follow me on socials. I'm Morgan Wood, and you can follow me at Morgan Media. For more news coverage, make sure you're following the Black Information Network. Download the free iHeartRadio app and visit BINnews.com. Thank y'all.
Thank you, Morgan. All right, when we come back, we have super middleweight champion Caleb Plant joining us. We're going to talk to him when we come back. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Jess is on maternity leave, so we have Lauren LaRosa, and of course, we got our brother Arce with us this morning. We got a special guest in the building. We have Caleb Plant. Welcome, brother.
My man, how's it going?
How you feeling?
Feeling good.
Feeling good.
Let's talk about you a little bit, man. How'd you get your start in boxing?
Well, my dad was a fighter when he was younger, and so naturally wanted to open that door for me. A lot of young boys want to be like their dad when they grow up. Just took to it right away, and him and my granddaddy put a little money together to open up like a little gym, and was in there from like 2:45 to like 10:30 at night, like 6 days a week. Yeah, that's when I organized competing when I was 9 years old. That's all I wanted to do. And at first I started kickboxing. I had 5 world titles and 9 national titles in kickboxing, but I was like boxing simultaneously. So like one weekend my dad would drive me to Atlanta. One weekend my dad would drive to Chicago, drive to Virginia Beach. He was just driving me everywhere. But then when I got to 17, I was like, man, I don't really want to kickbox anymore, and there's no money in kickboxing. I don't want to do anything else, so I just want to do boxing.
But Tennessee, not known for fighters. When did you realize I could really be something in this sport? Maybe put Tennessee on the map as far as boxing.
Maybe I was delusional, but I felt like when I was 9, I was like, man, I'm gonna be this. I know I'm gonna be this one day. And even in middle school, I would practice my signature on a piece of paper, fill up the whole thing.
Autographs.
My teacher would come around and be like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm practicing my autograph. She's like, for what? I'm like, I'm gonna make it in boxing one day. She's like, you need a plan B. Yeah, I always felt like, man, I'm gonna make it big one day.
Who did you look up to boxing wise when you was growing up?
Looked up to Floyd, Andre Ward, and then older fighters like Sugar Ray Leonard, Wilfredo Benitez, James Toney, Hector Camacho, and then even older like Georgie Benton and people like that. So there's a long list of guys that I've been watching over the years, trying to steal moves from and take them and make them my own, and just be a complete fighter. So yeah, I got a long list of people that I respect throughout the game.
Now you had the fight this weekend. What did you think of the fight? Well, last weekend I should say.
Which fight?
Canelo Berlanga.
Just thought it was kind of a one-sided whooping. He might have won maybe a round. So, but a lot of people expected Berlanga to probably get stopped halfway through the fight, round 6, round 8, something like that. So, he made it through. So,
were you surprised about your fight? You fought McCombie. Were you surprised with how he started the fight and gained momentum after he knocked you down?
No one goes into a fight like I'm gonna get an 8 count, but I was locked in. We were taking him serious. I feel like in today's game, it's like a popularity contest. If you're not don't have the most followers, or you're not the most known, people will call you a bum. But we knew he was athletic, undefeated. This was his big moment, and he was coming to put it all on the line. At the end of the second round, he caught me with a pretty good shot. In round 4, I got caught on the shoulder, fell down, and they gave me an 8 count, but I wasn't really tripping because I wasn't hurt or anything like that. So I'm like, man, just stay cool and just keep doing what you're doing, and just switched up the game plan, took it to the inside. He was wild, erratic, swinging crazy, bull rushing me and stuff. Kind of hard to read things. So took it to the inside and went from there.
Every time you walk into a fight, is your goal to knock somebody out, or is it just to get through the fight? What's the
Just stick to the game plan, and if the knockout comes, it comes. Like in 2022, I had KO of the year against Anthony Durrell, but it's not a shot that I was looking for. It's just the best knockouts come when you're not looking for it. So
I was waiting for you to ask a question.
I'm learning his story as I'm sitting here. In real
Let's
time.
talk Berlanga. Obviously, you guys had some drama leading up to the fight and on the press conference where, for those that don't know, Canelo kind of gave you a shot saying, "I'll take care of him for you." Is he still on your radar? Like, with that performance, do you think it's a big fight, you against Berlanga?
I mean, I feel like the fans would be excited to see it, and he's one of the bigger names in the super middleweight division, and I'm always looking to get in there with people who have big names or are big challenges. And
he called you a hater when he was up here. He said that when you had your time to shine, he never disrespected you. He showed you respect, but when it was his time, you were a hater and pressed him for a fight.
We were never
and you don't
around.
Get girls, he said.
He's married,
that's
so
what he said. That's okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, I got the top one.
There you go. See what I'm saying? There you go. Me too, brother. There you go. Married game.
Now y'all twins. Shut up.
So what do you think about that?
When I had my chance, like, we were never around each other. So as far as him not hating, like, we never talked. But really, I just seen him at the Jaime Munguia weigh-in, and all of a sudden I looked up, and a lot of the focus was like on Canelo and them because it's their fight. He's standing right next to me, and I'm like, "Hey, what's up, man? How's it going?" And I was like, "Man, we need to make a big fight happen. It'd be good for boxing, be good for the fans." He was like, "Yeah, but I got a fight already." I was like, "All right, cool. Well, if it don't work out, we can fight, and if it does work out, we can fight after. Whether you win or lose or whatever." And he's like on his bully or something like that. And I'm like, "Look, I get it. You got to fight. Either if you don't get it, we can make it happen. He starts, acting tough, and so I'm not taking a step back neither. And then I'm like, "Well, let's get the cameras over here and get it on. For the boxing interviewers, like, hey, if he fights Canelo, we're gonna fight after. If he don't, then we're gonna fight next." And his daddy steps in front of him, and all my life, all my boxing career, his daddy steps in front of him and said, "No, don't say that on camera." He said it quiet like that. I'm like, "Oh yeah." That gave me confidence, because like, if his dad was so confident in his son, then just let him say yeah. Even if he wasn't going to follow through and do it, like, why not at least just say yeah for the cameras, even if it was just for the cameras? But he's like, "No, I don't say that."
You fought Canelo and Benavidez, right? So who wins that fight in your opinion, since you've been in there with both of them?
I think it's hard to say. On big fights like that, they have different styles. If Canelo caught him with the big punch, because David has been dropped before, he was off balance, but he has been dropped. But if Canelo caught him and stopped him, would we all be like, "Man, I can't believe that"? I don't think anybody would say that. But if David got on Canelo and started flurrying a lot, and maybe in the later rounds was able to get some steam or some momentum or something, I don't think we would be surprised either. So it's hard to say. Whoever's on that night, whoever's got the best game plan, whoever had a good camp, there's a lot of variables that go into it that lead up to a fighter having a successful fight. It's a lot.
Speaking of those two opponents, you always been somebody that wants to get your lick back, right? Wants to rematch guys that you lost to, because you've been talking about Canelo again.
So you on a revenge tour now?
Yeah, if you had the opportunity, right? Because there was obviously bad blood with Benavidez, a lot. Canelo, not so much. You guys seem to be cool now, but that's the bigger money fight. But deep down, what loss would you want to avenge more?
I would choose Canelo because he got more hardware. He's got 3 of the 4 belts, and
bigger check at the end of that too.
I mean, yeah, no one ever got mad for getting paid more either. So I think a lot of people put the emphasis on the money when they fight Canelo, and we all got to get our bills paid. But money's not like my number one reason why I box. I'm passionate about the sport. I'm a competitor. I love. Boxing's done a lot of great things for me, so the money's obviously on the list, but it's not at the top of the list. It's the hardware, the legacy, the honor, the glory. But I'd run it back with both of them.
All right, we got more with super middleweight champion Caleb Plant. When we come back, don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa filling in for Jess. We're still kicking it with Caleb Plant, super middleweight champion. Lauren?
In a rematch with Canelo, what do you do different? What do you improve? What do you change?
Well, I didn't have the best camp that fight, so would like to just be able to have a better camp. Experience isn't, I've said this before, but experience isn't something you can borrow. It's not something you can buy. You got to go through the fire to get it. And since the Canelo fight, I feel like I've done that. Fighting Canelo, then Durrell, 2-time former world champ, David Benavidez, former 2-time world champ. Now, this guy who was ranked number 9 in the WBA, I feel like I have that experience now.
Is there a particular fight in your career that you feel like best defines you as a fighter? Like, if you had to show somebody, this is me as a boxer, which fight would that be?
My first world title fight against Jose Uzcategui, I was an underdog going into that fight. I hadn't really been able to properly introduce myself, and a lot of people were saying this, saying that. I was going to get beat, going to get stopped, doing my thing in that fight, become world champ. So either that or this last fight, even though I got hit on the shoulder and got an 8 count, I got caught with a good shot in round 2. Other than that, he hit me with a couple of shots here and there, but that's boxing. You're gonna get hit. But just making that adjustment, that'd probably be another one.
Caleb, you feel like you have to fight or just be with a chip on your shoulder because, guys like Bernard in the past have said, I'm never going to let a white boy beat me. And other black fighters have said that. So do you feel like you have to be extra to prove to yourself, like, I'm not a regular white boy?
I don't feel like I have to be extra. Being yourself is, how you get furthest in life. And
but you get tested. Like we all saw you smack Jamal Charlo.
The way I respond is not me trying to be extra. That's just who I am. You know, and like if someone's grabbing on your face and you ask them to stop and they do it again, and then they're saying things about being a white boy and in front of your peers, in front of your wife. If you respond the way I did, that's not being extra. That's just.
But do you feel like you're tested more because you're quiet, soft spoken?
Yeah, I think so. It's been like that my whole life, though. But as motivation, and hopefully, like by the time I'm retired, fighting like a white boy might mean something different. You know what I mean? So.
How do you know to slap and not punch? Because the instinct would be to just throw a punch, right?
In that moment, he was trying to treat me like a little boy, so I treated him like a little boy.
Damn.
Yeah.
So that was just you responding to what was happening in the moment. That don't mean it's gonna officially be like an actual fight with y'all.
It can be. He fights at 160. I fight at 168. His last fight, he fought at a catchweight at 163 against a guy who fights at 147, and he came in at, this is a lot of numbers, but he came in at like 166.
All right.
So he even came in overweight on the catchweight. So he's a super middleweight at this point. So we could definitely make a fight happen. He's going through things in his personal life, and I made a statement saying like, whatever happened between us could be set on the back burner for now. He's got things he's going through. Go handle that, and we can make a big fight happen. Until then, I don't think it'd be right for me to like continuously like have my foot on his neck or be pressing him about certain things. Like he's got enough on his plate, and he's got kids, and I'm sure we'd all like to see him get himself together and go out and make a decent living for his family. So.
Is that you? Because I know you went through stuff in your personal life, like in 2014 with your daughter, and then losing your mom as well too. Yeah. Are you able to like be empathetic like that and remove the boxer or the fighter because you've been through your own things, or?
I mean, I could honestly like care less what somebody's been through. That's not an excuse to not know how to act. Boxing's a grown man sport, so if you're gonna be in here, you're gonna have to act like a grown man. Because there's grown men in here, and if you act like a little boy, then one of us might treat you like a little boy. If you need help, I'll be the help you need. As far as whatever you're going through. If you can't hold it together well enough to just be out and about, then you should be inside. Regardless of what you've been through, because we've all been through things, but we're not walking around grabbing people by the face or. Not even that situation.
How did he grab you by your face for you to slap him? Because I was like,
he did like that and pulled it on my beard, and I pushed him back. I'm like, yo, what are you doing? Like, I was mad, don't ever grab me by my face again. And he reached up and did it right again. And you only grab someone by their face for 2 reasons. Either 1, you want to fight them, or 2, you don't think they're going to do anything.
Or they want to kiss you. That's the third thing.
Yeah, or 3. Hopefully, I'd rather it be one of the first 2.
God damn, bro. Why
you take it there?
Like, that was not even an option. Like, damn.
You were thinking it.
It's
no, I was not.
Yes, you were.
Oh God.
Now, how did you mentally stay focused after those terrible obstacles happened in your life? Like, how do you even just stay focused to forget fighting just to show up in the world?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you got 2 choices. If something's going on, you can either keep going or you can quit. If you quit, whatever situation you're in, it's probably going to be like that forever. It's always going to be messed up. You're always going to wonder what if. But if you keep going, who knows what'll happen? I guess I just always had like this voice in my head that was like, if you keep going, it's going to work out. If you keep going, you're going to make it. If you keep going, things are going to come together. And so like I just kept listening to that, kept going, and there was no way that I could like allow myself to live forever in the situation, that I was in. I needed more than that, and just kept putting one foot in front of the other. I guess just don't quit. You either quit or you keep going. So
absolutely.
Now you and Fat Joe had some words at one time too, right?
We had. How'd you know that?
I know everything.
Yeah.
Why Fat Joe always get into it with boxes, man? Like why?
That should be last on his list.
Yes.
But that was based on Berlanga, because he's siding with Berlanga. Him and Berlanga had some drama.
So what happened with Joe?
I seen him
at the fight.
I was like headed to the back of the T-Mobile, and he was walking this way when we were walking past each other. I'm not sure if he said something first or if I said something and he said something right back, or if like we kind of caught each other out of the corner of our eye and we both just turned around and started like yapping at each other. He must have been pretty bothered because you know about it.
Nah, he didn't tell me. I heard.
What did he say to you?
About it.
He's telling other people then, and I was at SneakerCon, and somebody came up to me and told me like, Mayor, that's his manager?
The mayor. That's his business partner.
Okay. Was like, this, that, and the third, Fat Joe's mad. So I guess he must have been pretty bothered.
What you say?
For everybody to find out. I don't know. We were walking by each other, and he said, how does it feel having to get up off the ground 3 times? Because from the shoulder, and the other 2 times I just fell.
He just said, so Joe just randomly said that to you?
Yeah, but
that's crazy.
Which is weird because I won, and one he caught me with the decent shot. The other 2 like just fell, you know.
Yeah.
So like that's not really a flex to say how'd it feel getting him off the ground 3 times. If I won, become an interim champ, stop the guy. Your guy lost every round. What do you mean? How did it feel? Felt better than not getting my hand raised.
Yeah,
so I don't know. I don't know how little old me could have all of them that bothered. But
who's next for you, Munguia or Berlanga?
I think the Berlanga or the Charlo fight makes more sense. I think it's more exciting for boxing, more exciting for the fans, and I think one of those.
One of those 2.
What do you think, Charlamagne?
I think Berlanga would be hot right now. I think you and Berlanga would make a great card right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the Charlo brother too, but Berlanga's like hot
right
now. Both of y'all are hot
Been
right
in the
now.
gym.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just makes sense from a boxing fan perspective. That's what I would want to see.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Berlanga.
I saw that you had posted the girl dad sneakers.
Oh yeah,
the Kobe's.
Or the Kobe's. Talk about like Kobe as a motivation, because you talked about a lot of boxers, but like you specifically said he gave you motivation for years.
Oh yeah. Since I was a kid, like feeling like studying the greats, great to be successful, you got to be intentional. And so just taking time to watch like every YouTube video I could on certain athletes, certain coaches, certain artists, Kobe's dedication and sacrifice that he made to get to where he got, that's something you got to tip your hat to and respect. And so just watching a lot of his motivational videos over the years and studying things that he implemented into, whether it be physical recovery, his nutrition, numerous different things like that, and wanting to put that in my arsenal and, so that I can try and be the best athlete I can. He's given me a lot of motivation. And then obviously with Charlie and Aaliyah and then the girl dad shoe coming out, I felt like it'd be perfect timing to, put all that together.
Well, Caleb, we appreciate you for joining us this morning.
Absolutely.
It's Caleb Plant. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Thank you. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa filling in for Jess.
Yes.
All right. Salute to Caleb Plant for joining us this morning.
Salute to Caleb Plant. Dropping the clues bombs for Caleb Plant, man. Also, I want to take this time to remind y'all that my 4th annual Mental Wealth Expo is happening on October 12th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Marriott Marquis in Times Square here in New York City. It is a day of mental health and healing education. We got some of the best therapists and psychiatrists are going to be there, like Dr. Alfie Breland Noble, Dr. Rita Walker, Jay Barnett, my man Jason Wilson is going to be there, Dr. Cheyenne Bryan is going to be there. Tyrese is going to be there in conversation with Jason Wilson. So it's going to be a great day. MentalWealthExpo.com for more details, okay? It is a free event. It is open to all ages. So we'll see you Saturday, October 12th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. My 4th annual Mental Wealth Expo. Did I say it's a free event?
Yes.
Okay, it's free every year. I just want to stress that. It's free every year, open to all ages. All you got to do is go to mentalwealthexpo.com for more details and to register.
All right. Now we got Jess with the Mess with Lauren LaRosa coming up. What are we talking about?
We do. T.I. and Tiny won a lot of money yesterday.
Drop on the clues bombs for the Harrises. Big win. Let's talk about it.
$71 million. Insane.
We'll get to that next, so don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get to Jess with the Mess with Lauren LaRosa.
News is real, whether it's Jess Hilarious, Jessica Robin Moore, just don't do no lies,
She don't spare nobody.
Worldwide Jess, worldwide Mack.
On the Breakfast Club.
She's a coach
with Lauren LaRosa.
I'm back. And I got the mess.
Talk to me.
T.I. and Tiny in the OMG Girls won $71 million.
Look at God. Drop on the clues bomb for T.I. and Tiny.
Drop another one. $71 million is insane.
Yes.
So this was awarded to them by a jury. So if you remember, T.I. and Tiny They had the OMG Girls, which was the group that their daughter Zanique was a part of, performance group. Now, for years, Tiny has been calling out a company called MGA Entertainment, and she was calling them out because they created these dolls, like these LOL surprise dolls that were literally like a direct ripoff of the OMG Girls. So she's been calling them out for some time, and I printed some pictures for you guys so you could see just how blatant it was. Not only did they rip off the way that they looked, they would take certain outfits that the girls wore on stage, hair colors, names, everything. So in court, a jury decided unanimously that they were the winners. They were awarding of this. Now, to break down that money, a part of it is in real damages and another part of it is in punitive damages. So you have $17,872,359 in real damages, $53,616,759 in punitive damages. So the real damages are, what is that, like direct? So that's direct money that they lost? Real damages?
Which one?
Real damages. I'll Google it. I don't know why I asked you.
The $17 million?
Yes.
Oh, I thought that was in regards to the profits that the company made. I could be wrong, though. I thought I read that last night.
I'm looking it up in the meantime. So actual damages, also known as compensatory damages, are a type of monetary compensation awarded to a person who has suffered loss or injury due to another party's actions. Some examples are medical bills, lost wages, emotional distress, property damage, and other type of expenses.
Oh, so that's punitive.
That's what real damages.
That's real damages.
Real damages.
Okay,
so then the punitive damage. I love when we Google things together. I love knowing. So the punitive damages are known as legal punishment. So this is something that like a person would pay in addition to whatever another person is being compensated, like in civil court.
Either way, T.I. and Tiny getting paid, and that company got it.
Look at me trying to figure out what the breakdown of the sauce is, because Lord, if I could ever get awarded this, I would never work again. Probably.
You know, I love this because this happens to creators so much, and these corporations can usually get away with this because it's big bank take little bank.
Yeah,
but not in this situation. Not in this case.
Not
and wasn't the first time a mistrial?
The first time I think was a mistrial.
First time was a mistrial, and I forgot what happened the second time. But this is the third time, and the jury finally got it right.
Yeah, but so since that, can they appeal or no? It's done. They got that money.
I have no idea.
Well, congratulations to T.I.
Man, dropping a bomb to T.I. I'm telling you right now,
OMG Girls and all that.
There's no doubt in my mind that T.I.'s stories gonna be in the next generation's Bible.
I'm setting this up here.
The LeBron James version of the Bible that we will one day get, there's gonna be a chapter full of the things T.I. has overcome. God got a different type of covering over Clifford Harris's life. You hear me? And I'm not debating with anybody who doesn't know what Goody Mob track T.I. was bumping with his partner Young Dro on top back. Okay, if you don't know that, then don't debate me about the covering over T.I.'s life. Okay?
$71 million.
It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah. Now, in other news, Meek Mill. So Meek decided yesterday that he wanted to get online and ask a few questions. And Meek uses his X account very sparingly to get information, to have conversation. For some reason yesterday, because all of the Diddy stuff that was going viral, and he was earlier on, like his name was brought up in the case and all of that, he decided to tweet, "I want to hire an investigative team, $100K cash, to find out every specific detail involving Meek Mill name to Diddy case. I also want them to look at who is powering the media involving Meek. Anything to do with Buddy. Something not right." I would have left that in the
He wants to
drafts.
find out why his name is connected to Diddy. That's what
I think it's because people are still continuing to make jokes about like Diddy, Meek, all that stuff.
Why is Meek Mill trying to spark the Meek 2 movement? Why? Nobody has your name in this, Meek. Like, stop listening to these digital D-heads on social media. Your name ain't in those indictments. That's all that matters. Forget what these people on social media are saying.
Not the indictment. That was the civil case from Lil Rod. Remember, Rod said a rapper from Philly.
Even with that,
allegedly.
That's just nonsense. That's just noise, man. Stop letting these digital D-heads cause you to react. Because that's all that was yesterday, was a reaction.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have left that in the draft. I wouldn't even want no parts of everything that's happening with Diddy right now whatsoever. Now, moving on to some social media conversations. So, Eve, we had Eve up here. She was talking about her book, Who's That Girl? Story of her life and her career. And in the book, there was a part that, a lot of people have been discussing, and she's been talking about it a lot, too, where she talks about feeling very, intimidated and just different feelings she had when Nicki Minaj came on the scene because Eve was that girl, the only girl for so long. Let's take a listen.
no matter what industry you are in, if you have been at a place in your life or your career where you may have been that one, that person, that thing, and someone comes in, and of course you feel insecure, of course you feel protective, of course you feel, do I still belong here? I felt like it was important for me to write because it also talks about a time in my life where I wasn't going to those tools of drinking and doing other things to help me cope with my anxieties. I had to go to other modalities like therapy. As people will read, it all was my stuff. It has nothing to do with her. It was all these things coming from the industry, I think also had a lot to do with it, of being the one female, you know, thinking like, well, how can she be here and how can I be here? Which is stupid.
The part where she said it was all my stuff and it had nothing to do with her, I was like, man, that's a word right there. But Nicki Minaj responded. It was a lengthy tweet, so I'll just read some of it. She said, "Dear Eve, the various things that you shared recently are groundbreaking, in my opinion, for so many reasons. First, thank you. The level of grace, the level of emotion and spirituality, maturity it takes to be this vulnerable and transparent is a sign of true peace, happiness, fulfillment, and a mastery of self. Self-reflection at its height. I always say that I think accountability is the sexiest trait a person can have. I was one of the kids in New York watching Rough Riders on TV. I definitely remember how when you took the game by storm, that there were some people who couldn't hide their insecurities, even though it's swept under the rug now. I remember that you handled it with grace, but also a big sprinkle of unapologetic talent and charisma. You soared and soared. Classic music with the illest team into the biggest screen and made it look too easy. Trendsetter. The Eve blonde shortcut, the Eve paw print tats on the chest. I was so nervous coming onto the movie set every single day. You look like a pro and I admired that so much. Thank you for trying to not do to me what was done to you. Women feel so much pressure to compete and it's a shame because we usually have so much in common and could really benefit from one another just as human beings. We all share so many of the same experiences as artists, wives, moms, ups and downs, anxiety, etc. There's more, but I think that was the gist of it. And I thought that was great to see Nicki Minaj respond with because, you know, Nicki gets a lot from the younger girls, from her issues with Lotto, just different people. People feel like she's doing what Eve is saying, that she was trying to be conscious.
Sure can.
Sorry. I'm probably going to get flack for this, but I want to say it that a lot of people give Nicki Minaj so much, but when I read this, I'm like, dang, I wonder how much she went through herself that she may be sometimes, according to other people, repeating to other people because it was just what she had to go through to break through the industry because Eve was very aware of it, but how many women weren't as aware of Eve?
I mean, that was honest, but I don't recall Eve ever being the only one. Like when Eve came along, there was quite a few, you know, rap chicks still going. Kim, Foxy, Trina, The Brat. Nicki was the only one when she came along, and that's why like the gap between Nicki and Eve is so wide. Like
I think she was talking on the set of Barbershop when she walked on the set of Barbershop. That's what she was talking about.
Go ahead.
But Eve was talking from a music perspective. But
No, I
it's
think
like
she
by
was
the
talking
time
about from the movie.
I think
She was talking about came on the set. I thought Eve was talking about when she came on set. That was the
but
question.
I thought she was talking about the music.
No, I thought she was talking about Barbershop when she was doing Barbershop and Nicki came on as an actress in Barbershop.
Because she talks about coming onto the set and she said that she didn't even think that Eve liked her after the first day. But I think that it goes and it transcends into music and you know what I mean, all of that. Because not that even if Eve wasn't the only one, when you the hot girl, you the hot girl. Like whether it's two of y'all, three of y'all, you feel like it's just you. So you can inflict, you know, insecurities on other people, and I think people do it unconsciously sometimes.
It just feel like by the time Nicki came along, that was a whole different generation. Like Eve and Nicki was not even in the same class competing. Like I wouldn't even look at them as competing with each other.
I wouldn't either. But see, even that, you wouldn't look at them as competing, but in some instances, Eve did, you know? So yeah, I thought that was a great public moment to have, and I'm not always down for public conversations about private things, so.
All right. Well, thank you. That's Jess with the Mess with Lauren LaRosa. Charlamagne, who you giving that donkey to?
Man, 4 after the hour, let's talk about why women are just crazy. There's just no other way to put this. This is insane, okay? And I think that most women will agree once they hear me tell this story. There's a young lady named Melody Sasser. She needs to come to the front of the congregation. We'd like to have a word with her.
All right. We'll get into that next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake up. Wake up. You're locked into the Breakfast Club.
Some donkey todays just saw themselves.
I've been watching Charlamagne. I was ready for it.
I never heard of a donkey the other day. What is it?
I'm a donkey. Say it again, Charlamagne. I'm a donkey.
Yes, you are a donkey.
I'll show you how to act a donkey.
Everything that Charlamagne is saying is true.
Yes, donkey today for Tuesday, September 24th goes to a Tennessee woman named Melody Sasser. Melody is 48 years old, and she attempted to hire a hitman to kill the wife of a man She met on a dating website. I can't make this kind of stuff up. Let's go to WBIR Channel 10 for the report, please.
The woman who hired a hitman to kill another woman will spend more than 8 years in prison. Melody Sasser was arrested last year after authorities say she hired the hitman on a website called Online Killers Market. She paid the hitman $10,000 in Bitcoin to kill the wife of a man she met on an online dating site. The 48-year-old provided pictures of the woman and location information. Sasser must also pay more than $5,000 to the victim.
I really feel sorry for single people in 2024. I don't knock anyone who is on these dating websites. You know, if
I
you
just felt something in here.
Could you stop being so sensitive? I don't even know what you're talking about. If you want to go on eHarmony, Bumble, OkCupid, Match.com, Lauren, what's your favorite?
Christian Mingle. I don't do none of them.
Christian Mingle. Try Christian Mingle.
All I'm saying
I don't know
is,
if my reposado intake will allow me on Christian Mingle.
Oh. Pray over the tequila before you get on there. That's all. All I'm simply saying is I don't knock anyone for being on these websites, but it truly can't do anything but complicate the dating process. Now, this is what I don't understand about Melody's request. The news report says the man met her prior to his marriage. Melody, listen to what I just said. He met you prior to his marriage, meaning that if you were a match for him, if he really wanted to be with you, then you both probably would have been together. Clearly, this man was looking for what he currently has, a wife. Clearly, he wanted to be in a long-term committed relationship. It just wasn't with you, Melody. So what would be the reason to get this man's wife killed? Do you believe that if you get her out of the way, then it will make room for you? That's not how any of this works. And furthermore, why are people having customer service conversations with Online Killers Market? I'm telling you right now, okay, your Uncle Charlotte gets on this radio, and I tell y'all all the time, every day of our lives, we are simply trying to avoid crazy. Nothing more, nothing less. We're trying to avoid being crazy ourselves, but more importantly, we are trying to avoid the crazy in others. This man is out living his best life with his new wife. Just think about that. He just living. They just going about their daily routines, minding their business, and there's somebody out there with $10,000 on her head for no reason other than she met you on Match.com before you met your wife, and she has an obsession with you. Paid $9,750 in Bitcoin to have your wife killed, and she customized her order? It needed to appear like an accident, she said, to avoid suspicion of criminal activity. And then she complained for 2 months and 11 days to the Online Killers Market that the job is not completed. She literally said to them, 2 weeks ago, you said it was being worked on and it would be done in a week. The job is still not done. Does it need to be assigned to someone else? Can I choose another killer? I don't want to use Michael Myers no more. Is Jason Voorhees available? I know that Kruger guy only works nights, but is he potentially available? Law enforcement searched her home. They found a journal listing several other hitman websites. Now, I'm not the highest grade of weed in the dispensary, but I guarantee all of these hitman websites are operated by law enforcement. And please, law enforcement, whether it's the FBI, DEA, someone please let me sit in one day. I just want to sit in and watch y'all react to the foolishness that is on the internet. I really do, because you got to be a different level of stupid to go on a website to order a hit on somebody. Can you imagine going to an app to order a hit on somebody? Murder Eats is crazy. Imagine Death Dash delivering to the wrong address. Listen, one of the hardest things in life is letting go, Melody. Whether it's guilt, anger, love, loss, or betrayal, change is never easy. I understand. We fight to hold on and we fight to let go. Melody, you should have let go. But now you got the next 100 months in prison to think about it. And she got to pay more than $5,300 in restitution to the victim. And nobody can say she didn't earn it. Please give Melody Sasser the sweet sounds of the Hamiltons.
Oh, now you are the donkey of the day. You are the donkey of the day. Yeehaw.
I have a question. I have a question. So she met him before his marriage.
Yes.
Oh boy.
What was the time frame in between they met and then he went and got married?
Doesn't matter. She wasn't the one. It doesn't matter. She wasn't the one.
And all she got was 100 months?
That'd be the problem.
That's over 8 years. What you mean all she got?
I think she should get more than that.
dating
Trying
apps.
to kill somebody?
I do too.
Not really single.
You want to play a game?
Yes,
Let's play a game.
Let's do.
You want to play a game?
I do.
Let's play a game of Guess What Race She Is?
All right, give me my clues.
Melody Sasser,
Melody.
48 years old,
48.
attempted to hire a hitman to kill the wife of a man she met on a dating website, and she only got 8 years in prison. Guess what race she is? Lauren LaRosa?
She white.
Okay.
Only 8 years.
Okay.
Is this something you would do, Lauren?
I'm not hiring no hitman.
You do it yourself? Ask me now.
Got somebody from Delaware. DJ Envy.
Yes.
Melody is 48 years old, and she attempted to hire a hitman to kill the wife of a man she met on a dating website, and she only got 8 years in prison. Guess what race she is?
White.
Why do you think she's white?
Well, she only got 8 years.
Okay, same.
I would like to tell Lauren LaRosa and DJ Envy that both of y'all are absolutely positively correct.
Yay! I knew it.
Melody Sasser is 48 years old from Tennessee. She is Capital Riot white. Look at her.
There she is.
Look at her.
Well, thank you so much.
Okay.
I really would love to know the timeline, though.
She's got an insurrection or two in it.
Because don't be on this dating app acting single and you not. If you marry somebody like 2 weeks
That's
after
not the
we
point.
meet,
You can't try to
should
kill
have
him.
never been dating
First
me.
of all, you're making this up. You don't know how long it was. So where
Okay.
you get this 2 weeks from?
I just feel like it was a short period of time because why
do you
was she
feel
so
like that?
crazy?
That's what I be trying to stop with y'all feelings. You can stop putting your feelings on people. We don't know the facts.
Now you posting pictures
Your
and I'm like,
feelings are
where
not
you
facts.
at? You getting married? No, I'm at the all white party. Like I just
What?
What's next?
Wow. All right. Okay.
Somebody got triggered.
Very triggered.
Somebody's on Bumble typing ferociously right now. Don't y'all be in here married, okay, with relationships, looking for matches.
Do you have a Bumble
Why
account?
you? No, I don't have any of those accounts on any of those
You're a
places. I think that it's
liar.
weird. No, I don't.
Cap.
Why would you be on a
You never had one of those accounts?
Never.
You're
I think
lying.
that that's so weird. I swear I've never been on a dating app. But why would you be on a dating app if you know that you're about to be married to somebody? You have someone that in your life.
Where you getting this from? We don't know that.
He just rolled over and was like, "I want to marry this lady." All of a sudden,
We don't know this. You're making all of this up.
You're triggered.
None of this was happened in the story.
there's a lot that leads up to wanting to marry somebody. You knew you was on your way to marriage, so why would you come into my life?
Lululemon. The Lululemon.
The Lulu I don't care. Call me whatever you want me.
Frank
Don't come in my
McCourt
life.
is joining us.
I'm so frustrated.
Why?
You need a shot?
People be lying. It's like, why would you like?
Oh, triggers.
Wow.
Triggers. I love triggers. Listen.
Who's lied to you before?
Do you need somebody to talk to? I have a great therapist you can talk to.
I don't trust nobody coming anywhere from you.
I have great recommendations.
All right. Frank McCourt will be joining us when we come back. Frank McCourt is a billionaire. He's the ex-owner of the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Yes.
And
he has a great new initiative called Project Liberty, and he wants to save social media.
And he wants to buy a TikTok. That's right.
Aw,
Jinx, double jinx, triple jinx. No, I'm just kidding. We'll talk about it when we come back. It's the Breakfast Club.
Yay!
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa's filling in for Jess, who's on maternity leave, and we got a special guest in the building. We have Frank McCourt. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
How you feeling this morning?
Feeling good, and you?
Pretty good.
Blessed, black, and highly favored, man. For those who don't know, Frank, tell them who you are.
Yeah, let's start with the fact that I'm a father of 7 kids.
Ooh, okay.
5th generation builder, born and raised in a little place called Watertown, Massachusetts, right outside of Boston. My great-grandfather came here a long time ago as an immigrant and started building roads when Henry Ford started building cars. And so we've been building stuff ever since. My work kind of identifies me in many ways because I've worked hard for a long time. I've had the privilege of owning some sports teams, which is fun, hard work, but fun. And yeah, that's a little bit about me.
You own the Dodgers, right? Who else?
I own a football team called Olympique de Marseille, French football club. We just had a massive win against Lyon.
Congrats.
1 man down after the 4.5 minute mark. So we had to play the entire match with 10 guys and beat them in their house 3-2. So that was massive for our club.
Now you want to buy TikTok.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Tell us about that. Why would you love to jump into the social media world?
Oh, it's interesting. So when I was in LA through that tough period, I got a little taste of what social media was like.
The negative side.
Yeah. And that was, think about this for a second now. That was, I got separated in July of 2009. My divorce was a matter of, a public thing for 3 years. And
with 7 kids, that was tough.
Yeah, I had 4 at the time. But for those four, it was very tough. And it was tough all around for everyone, and not just me. And I watched what was happening here. And first of all, don't feel bad for me. Okay, I'm doing great. So that's not the point of what I'm about to say here. But I saw this complete change in how we were communicating or sharing information. I'm not sure we were communicating. And, Facebook had introduced the like button. Smartphones were in everybody's hands. So all this, this wild, wild west was appearing right before our eyes. And so, as I said, I felt the sting of all that because, and you know what? I felt like a guy with watching my house burn down with a little garden hose with low water pressure. Like I'm supposed to put that fire out somehow. Right. It's impossible. So, and I said, to myself at the time, well, this is in the direction it's going. This is going to take us all down. This is going to just destroy everything we love.
And this was in 2009 when you felt like that.
Yeah, 2009, 10, 11,
wow.
12. So it was a 3-year period where I got a glimpse at something. And little did I know that I'd be here 10 plus years later talking to you about this. But I saw that. My first move after selling the Dodgers was to help start a public policy school in Washington, D.C., our nation's capital, with Georgetown, my alma mater. We started that school, and, I'd hoped that, maybe we could get the policy-making apparatus up to speed here and out in front of the problems, so that this runaway machine wasn't going to, like I said, destroy everything we love. So I started that public policy school in D.C. and in 2013. And it's a great place. It will be the best public policy school in this country. I'm certain of that. However, I learned after 2-3 years that policymaking and the whole policymaking apparatus is no match for big tech. So I launched something called Project Liberty.
I was going to ask, are they selling TikTok? Because I thought at one time the government was trying to force the guy to sell it, but he didn't want to sell it. So are they actively selling TikTok for you to purchase?
Yeah, great question. The government has passed a law that the president signed that TikTok must either sell the U.S. piece of TikTok, and ByteDance is the company, or shut it down. And ByteDance is resisting that, and so there's litigation right now. There was just a hearing last week. I think the government's case is very, very strong. I think they'll prevail, and ByteDance will have to either shut down U.S. TikTok or sell it, and our bet is they're going to sell it, not shut it down. And we don't want to see it shut down. There's 170 million people using it that enjoy it. It just shouldn't be wreaking havoc on the world, and creating the harms it creates, and it doesn't have to. So I don't want to be the CEO of a social media platform. Don't misunderstand me. What I'd like to do is see the 170 million TikTok users come over to a new protocol where each of us own and control our identity. We own and control our data. We permission its use. It's not just scraped up by these platforms, aggregated, algorithms applied to it, and then we have a lot of crazy stuff going on. We need people, and this is my strong opinion, we need technology where we own us again, and we're in control of us again. Because right now, we are not in control of us. These platforms are in control.
What's a comparable time of, you said, where we own us again on the internet? When did we own our own info on the internet?
Before what I'll call the app age. So when the internet started 41 years ago, it was decentralized, and nobody was scraping our data, surveilling us 24/7, and taking advantage of us. And in '89, the World Wide Web started, and that's when our data was up for grabs. That's when it all started, right? Suddenly, the data was out in the ether, so to speak, right? And a few companies, they understood that if you own everybody's data, you own them. And whoever was going to own the most data would be the winner, quote unquote, right? And so you had a winner in social, that was Facebook, now Meta. You had a winner in search, that was Google. You had a winner in shopping, that was Amazon, and so on and so forth. And what happened was this data is, don't think of it as like amorphous thing that doesn't mean anything. Your data is you. These platforms know everything about you, more than you know about yourself, because they have hundreds of thousands of data points about you. And that's not a good thing.
So who do these companies sell it to? And how did they know that they should be farming people's data?
Well, I think what they realized, Shar, is that the data was going to be very valuable. Mm-hmm. And so let's collect the data and figure out how to make money now. They built machinery to basically extract and collect that. And then they needed a business model to keep the company going, right? And that was the so-called ad tech model, or the attention economy, right? Mm-hmm. If we know a lot about you, we can sell you stuff. We can go ahead and push ads on you to get you to buy things. In retrospect, that's like the benign aspect of this. And what I mean by that is what they realized is that it's not just what you want to buy or where you eat or what you like to, this or that. It's, like I said earlier, how you think and how you feel. So you're profiled. We call that micro profiling, right? You're targeted. So if I know everything about you, then I can feed you content that is going to reinforce how you're already thinking, mm-hmm. right? If I know everything about you, I can get you to do things. I can manipulate you. You know, Jack Dorsey was the guy who started Twitter. Mm-hmm. He earlier this summer, he was at a conference in Oslo. He said, we are talking way too much about free speech and way too little about the loss of free will. Mm. We're losing what makes us human. Mm-hmm. I don't know about you guys, but when I was in school, what I was taught was that, what separates us from all the other species, animal species, is free will.
That's right.
It's our ability to make judgments, to make choices, to live our life, to have freedom, to have liberty, etc. That's what makes us human. You take our free will away from us, what's it all going to look like then? And so that's why I started Project Liberty. That's why I've launched the People's Bid, to go ahead and move, not to shut down TikTok. We don't want to see it shut down. Move the user base to this new protocol where we each essentially own ourselves again, own our personhood, and we get to decide how to share information about us to trusted counterparties.
All right, we got more with Frank McCourt when we come back. Billionaire, ex-owner of the Los Angeles Dodgers when we come back, so don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Along Rosa filling in for Jess. We're still kicking it with Frank McCourt, billionaire, ex-owner of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Charlamagne?
What is Project Liberty? Because you put up $500 million, right?
Yeah, so that's the seed capital. Get this show on the road, and to let people know that it does not have to be this way. The internet could operate differently, and we could each own ourselves, our identity, our data, control who gets to see what, just like we used to do in the world pre-internet, right? There was a world before the internet where people got to decide what information they shared about themselves with other human beings. You didn't share a lot with a stranger. You shared a whole lot with your most intimate relationships, right? So we have an internet that doesn't operate like that at all. As a matter of fact, you don't even know if it's another person on the internet, because it could be a machine, a fake person, this and that. So we need to get the internet to operate like the world operates when it's coherent, which is, restore truth, let people be in control of their lives, have real people using the internet, not a bunch of fake phoniness. And then by the way, there'll still be bad behavior. There'll still be bad actors. Better tech is not going to take care of all the problems in the world, but better tech that puts us in charge of our own, all of our own data and our being and our personhood, then puts us in charge of us again, and we're accountable for our own bad behavior.
But realistically, is that real though? Because let's say you purchase TikTok and you do that with TikTok, with all these other platforms, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Instagram, whether it's Elon Musk's X. Is it realistically can get back to a place where we have our privacy back? I mean, it's to the point now where everything is open. I mean, you can pull up court cases, you can pull up somebody's house address, you can pull up so many different things where before you absolutely positively couldn't. But is that real?
Yeah. Totally real. I'll tell you why. 5 years ago, when we started this project, if I was having this conversation with you, I guarantee you, when I left this room, you'd say, out of his mind. Not going to happen, right? Impossible. And by the way, you'd say it was impossible because it's too complicated, the tech, and nobody's ever going to change. And who gives a right? Because 5 years ago, people weren't focused the way they are now. 2.5 years ago, we were able to actually push the tech out and say, see, it works. So we have over 1 million, almost moving towards 1.5 million people on this new internet I'm talking about, this upgraded internet, using it. So what does that say to me? The tech works. So what we're left with is this issue of how do you get people to migrate, okay? And I think people don't migrate until they realize there's a problem.
So all that is great, and in a perfect world, it would be amazing. But, the data is being moved around the way it is because they make money, right? So as a business person, how do you speak to the money that isn't going to be made, or is there a way to still make money even though we would own our own data and I get to pick and choose when you can put it where? Like, how's money made?
Well, I'm going to tell you that more money will be made because more people will be making money. And so it's not like the data isn't valuable, and it's not like we're not going to use data to solve big problems and to, there'll still be shopping and searching and social on this internet. The difference will be you'll decide who to share your information with and on what terms. So imagine an internet where rather than clicking, stupidly on the terms and conditions of use of these big platforms, the cookies that we all just click on because they're annoying.
Yeah.
Okay. Imagine an internet where the new apps, and there'll be millions of them, click on your terms and conditions of use. You say, sure, you can use my data, but pay me. Right? So what we're saying is that there will be advertising, there will be commerce, there will be business. There has to be for this to be realistic. Otherwise, it's just like sounds good, but will never happen type of project, right? So, but wouldn't you prefer an internet where rather than being targeted all day long and have stuff pushed on you, have an internet where you signal that you want to buy something. You say, I'm this person, I'm a real person. You could be anonymous until you contract, right? And I want to buy something. That's more valuable to advertisers. That's more valuable to companies selling things than just surveilling all of us and guessing that you want something and hoping that you want something. Do you know 1/3 of all the money that's spent on the internet in the advertising economy is wasted? It's either scam artists or just misdirected or not. Why are we doing this? In what world do we think that being surveilled 24 hours a day is a reasonable thing? It's not. So there's going to be business.
What's the first thing you would do if you acquire TikTok to make it safe for people?
Move the users to a new protocol, which is a simple protocol where you own and control your identity and your data. So it's a permission-based internet. Now, all of the good stuff of TikTok still happens. The user experience is very similar.
So you won't take away the dance and you won't take away the thing. Okay.
People can dance all day long. It's all good. It's just, I don't want people to think they're just dancing and having fun, but at the same time, somebody's scraping all that information about them and using it in harmful ways, right? So that's the thing here that we want to eliminate. So that's the first thing.
And what can everyday people do right now to support or help make the change you're trying to make?
Go to thepeoplesbid.com, thepeoplesbid.com, and join the fight. Get involved. And that involvement may be that you want to invest. That involvement may be you can socialize it at your church. It may be socialize it at your at your kid's school, on the sideline of the football field. It may be that you want to volunteer and get involved, because we're gonna have to have 1 million people show up in Washington, right, and say you got to stop this nonsense. And because the CEOs of these tech companies, we now know, and they know, that there's a problem here, right? How many more conversations are we going to have where they go in front of Congress and they testify and lie about this? So if they were going to fix it, they would have fixed it, right? So we can't rely on them at the moment. The next place you go is to your elected officials and say, hey, please fix this. It's hurting my kid. It's hurting, my business. It's hurting whatever. It's hurting my life. Sadly, these companies are all over our elected officials. They're giving them donations. They have lobbyists and all that stuff. And so nothing's getting done. And our elected officials are using the same social media platforms that are killing us, right? They're using them to get elected and all that. So what are we left with? We're left with us. We're left with people. And that's what we call it, the people's bid. If we want freedom and liberty and individual rights, we need to start looking at our data as a human right. This is who you are, and we should own us, right? Even our DNA, by the way, our biological DNA is now digitized. So what could get more you than your DNA, right? So this is really, I think, a key issue. And so let's fix it. It doesn't have to be this way.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you for joining us this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, Frank McCourt.
Check out his book, too, Our Biggest Fight, Reclaiming Liberty, Humanity, and Dignity in the Internet Age. And if they want to know more about Project Liberty, where do they go?
ProjectLiberty.io, or go directly to thepeoplesbid.com.
All right. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
News is real, whether it's Jess Hilarious, Jessica Robin Moore, just don't do no lies, don't do no lies.
She don't spare nobody.
Worldwide Jess, worldwide Mess.
On the Breakfast Club.
She's the coach of shoes.
With Lauren LaRosa.
I'm back. And I got the mess.
Talk to me.
Mary J. Blige is going back on tour, y'all. She also will be dropping new music. So she announced that she is about to do the For My Fans tour yesterday on the Sherry Shepherd show. Let's take a listen.
My announcement.
All right.
I'm going on tour in January. And the name of the tour.
The name of the tour.
The name of the tour is called the For My Fans tour. So if you are a Mary J. Blige fan, this is for you. Thank you.
We're getting tickets. You're going on tour. And the one thing that we know with Mary, when she's on that stage, you're going to be rocking your Giuseppe boots. Them Giuseppe boots.
Yes. But before we get to the boots, can I say something?
Yeah.
I have a new album coming. In November 15th, it's called Gratitude.
Dropping the clues bombs for Mary J. Blige. Okay? We worship Mary J. Blige around these parts. You hear me?
And if you've never been to a Mary concert or a Mary tour, you need to go. Have you ever been?
I have. I took my mom when she was honored at the BET Awards. I think it was like 2 years ago. Best thing ever. Best time ever. Mary J. I'm like, what are you pointing to?
You're pointing to Mary on the wall.
I didn't know what you were pointing to.
I've been about 3 shows. Mary did 3 tours.
I would go, how sometimes you see people, you're like, oh, I don't need to go again. I would go and see her every single time. Like when she performed when she did the BET show, she was crying by the end of the show. Like she really
Mary kills it
She's
out.
a walking memorial, an icon living. Dropping the clues bombs for Mary J. Blige. Damn it.
Yes, and she's going on with Neo and Mario, right? Mario.
And it hasn't been announced yet the specific stops, but they are going to be these are some of the stops, but the specific dates hasn't been announced or the venues. They'll be in Atlanta, Boston, Buffalo, Chicago, Denver, Detroit, Los Angeles, New York, DC, and a bunch of other places. Now, to mention, maybe I don't want to mention this now. Never mind. It's okay. We're not going to mention that. I don't want to share
what?
I don't want to put that with Mary's moment. We're going to move on. So, Jay-Z, you guys know that there's been a conversation about him doing the casino here in New York.
Times Square.
Yes. So a story came out yesterday with Page 6. Jay-Z and Roc Nation is now promising more than $250 million in grant money to the Hell's Kitchen community if the bid is won for the New York City gaming license to create that Caesar Palace Times Square casino. So this grant would help to improve Times Square, Hell's Kitchen, and different surrounding areas. Roc Nation is getting support from 150 different organizations and businesses, including different restaurants, hotels, residents, unions, and Broadway stakeholders. Now, Roc Nation is going to give an initial $15 million to the local community. And then there are going to be regular grants that they issue, and this will be based on 5% of the casino's performance. Now, to note, casinos make a ton of money. Casinos make anywhere from $1 million, this is on average, $1 million to $10 million per day. The Caesar Palace Times Square team has already met with the Manhattan Plaza residents. This is a well-known affordable housing development area for artists, per reports. Who will also benefit from this. So,
when are they gonna make that decision? I feel like we've been talking about it for a while now.
It's supposed to be coming up.
I don't know, but I would like to know how many of these other entities who are trying to get a license to open a casino are pledging those kind of grants to the communities they plan to build these casinos by. The answer is probably none, because none of those corporate entities they don't think of the communities because they're not from these communities.
Right.
But, Roc Nation is from the community.
And I think it's lit because people complained. I had saw people complaining about, it's going to bring traffic and tourism and blah blah blah.
It's gonna bring money.
Exactly. So much money, so many jobs. A lot of these like the neighborhoods and different things that they are focusing on to help put money back into needed. They're overlooked. Resources are not as abundant. But to answer your question, Envy, according to the Manhattan Community Board, a decision is expected by December 1st, 2025.
December 2025, next year.
Yeah, it says
they still got a long way to go.
Yep. Ultimately, the Gaming Facility Location Board will need to consider the license, and a decision on licenses is expected by December 1st, 2025. The Gaming Commission is supposed to happen, or licensure is supposed to happen by December 31st, 2025.
Well, good luck to Jay-Z and him, man.
Absolutely. New York City needs that casino. Right there, 1515. Like, New York City needs that energy. I'm a person who enjoys Broadway, so I still go to Broadway. But to have a casino there where you can have like date nights and events, that'd be fly.
Yeah, I'd be fire.
Well, you don't got to worry about the date nights, but everything else, Lauren.
When that casino gets here, me and my fiance will be there.
Are you putting it in the air?
Oh, it's happening.
I like that. Okay. I like that.
I've been telling y'all. I'm my me time is. I'm having a good time right now. I'm in a good place.
Tell the universe what you said earlier, because you said it off air.
I'm a happy.
What's that?
Somebody said to Charlamagne, I'm a very single person. I said I am, because people don't really be single, and I'm happy, and I'm taking some time for me. Mm-hmm. But I ain't gonna be single forever. I don't want to be.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. Nobody said that either. I just wanted to say that. I just didn't want it to come from me. So, but put out there. Put out what you said.
You are annoying as hell.
I got faith in you.
You put a time on it.
That next time I'm gonna hit him with the marker.
No, that you gonna have a man by next year.
You said after next year. She said she want to be done for her birthday.
So
no.
That ain't gonna happen.
No, that's the wait. First
her birthday's
I said,
coming up.
Hold on, let me speak.
Okay.
I said maybe after my birthday, like around New Year's. But then I said I don't know, because I wanted to go to Ghana. But then I said, what if Nube takes me to Ghana, and that's where he's like, this is where I need to go down. You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
So you're gonna be single? So you're gonna be single for your birthday?
She's used to it.
So you're gonna be single for New Year's and Christmas?
I don't know. We'll see what God has planned for me.
So what do you do for Christmas and New Year's?
I be with my family.
You know what I really need?
No matching pajamas.
I'm not wishing this on you.
Maybe me and my mom can match pajamas, and my brother and my grandmother.
Now, I am a witch, so when I say this, it's probably gonna come true.
Oh, we still have one more story. You really need to talk.
I just need you to be single on Valentine's Day 2025. That's all I want. Just one time.
For the content?
That's it. Just one time. I just need Lauren LaRosa to still be single on Valentine's Day 2025. That's all I need, and I'm fine.
I got faith in you.
I'm good after that.
You're going to be so tight when the studio is full of flower deliveries. Valentine's Day 2025. Yeah.
That you already know what that means. She putting in her order herself right now. I need 5 dozen roses to be at Breakfast Club Studios on Valentine's Day 2025.
Ain't nothing wrong with self-love.
You sent yourself flowers before?
No, I've never sent myself anything.
You better learn to love yourself. Your first, last, and best love is self-love. Matter of fact, let me add only to that. Your first, last, best, and only love is self-love, Lauren LaRosa. Okay?
You bought flowers before.
I just need February 14th, 2025.
You talking to me?
That, by the way.
I've never bought flowers or anything for myself. Why would I have to? I was in a relationship for like ever.
Cap. All right, the People's Choice Mix is up next. Get your request in. It's the Breakfast Club.
February 14th is a Friday, 2025. Please, God. Oh, my God, I'm begging.
It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Why? What are you going to come in here dressed like Cuban?
You're checking out the Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa filling in for Jess.
Yes, man. I want to thank Caleb Plant. I'm pronouncing his name wrong. Caleb Plant, super middleweight champion, for pulling up. Salute to my guy Act from the Zone for pulling up as well. Salute to Frank McCourt. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you go check out everything he's doing with Project Liberty.
That's right.
And him wanting to buy TikTok. Mm-hmm. Maybe you can even invest in that. Who knows?
That's right.
And I also want to tell everybody, thank you to everybody who's been ordering my upcoming graphic novel. I have a graphic novel coming out. Illuminati, okay? The industry has its secrets, and fame has a price. When a rising hip-hop star dies under mysterious circumstances, her twin sister, a young woman with psychic abilities, journeys to the city of angels for answers and becomes enmeshed in a dark conspiracy that snakes its way through the pillars of power, fame, and pop culture, okay? This may or may not be based on a true story, but you can go order it right now on Kickstarter. All you got to do is type in ILLUMINATI, or type in my name, Charlamagne, and order you a copy of Illuminati. And we're gonna be at Comic-Con too. We're gonna be at Comic-Con in October. I'm gonna be there on what date will I be at Comic-Con? I will be there Friday, October 18th, 3:45 p.m. in room 1CO3. 3:45 to 4:45 p.m.
We got the positive note, and then Lauren's doing some HBCU stuff. She'll break down. So don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa filling in for Jess.
Yes, sir.
Now, what you doing?
Homecoming season. HBCU homecoming season is here. So I am going to some schools. Saturday, October 19th, I'm going to be at Norfolk's homecoming.
Okay.
Norfolk State's homecoming.
Norfolk 757.
Yeah, so I'll be a part of the Turn Up the Yard event at the Truist Tailgate Arena.
What date is that?
It's the Truist Stadium
Tailgate
Arena.
Date?
Oh, October 19th.
October 19th, okay.
Yeah, Saturday, October 19th. But the biggest, Delaware State University, baby.
Okay.
Alumni homecoming. We always do the party every Friday, kicking off the homecoming weekend in Wilmington, Delaware. I will be hosting the official alumni party, kicking off the weekend at the Queen Theater in Wilmington, Delaware. You can get tickets via the link in my Instagram. My Instagram is Lauren, Loren, LaRosa, Lorosa. That's like the start of the week. I also have tickets to the Thursday night R&B night, but Friday with me at the Queen Theater. Y'all already know. Like, we do this every year, and we always get off right. I cannot wait.
Just paid dates, right?
Yeah, what?
I'm just making sure.
Yeah, this homecoming season.
Yeah, homecoming
Are you
season.
doing North Carolina A&T too?
Oh, shoot. That was the wrong school. I said Norfolk. I meant to say North Carolina A&T. I am going to Norfolk, though.
You're doing Norfolk. You
Yes,
doing
I'm
Norfolk?
Norfolk.
You doing
Okay, so hold on. So the date you gave ain't Norfolk. It's North Carolina
That
A&T.
is Norfolk State's
No,
homecoming.
okay, listen.
That's
So
Norfolk State and Hampton's
sorry
homecoming.
Norfolk and sorry North Carolina A&T. I confused the date. So October 19th, Saturday, October 19th, I'll be at North Carolina A&T, a part of GHO, which is the greatest homecoming of all time, according to them, because I will argue it's Dell State University. I will be Saturday, October 19th, turn up the yard at the Truist Stadium, the Tailgate Arena, and then I'm going to be heading to Norfolk as well. But we'll discuss Norfolk in a bit because we got to get all that stuff together.
Will your hair be done?
Will you still be minding my business? Homecoming season, the bus downs come out.
But I just know how these people going to talk.
Homecoming season, the bus downs come out. It's cool
Okay, good,
outside.
good,
You got
good.
your varsities on. Stop playing with me.
No, I just don't want people running up on you
playing with me.
because you know over the summer they run up on you and talk about your underarms not being shaved
Because of you.
and so now they're gonna be
Because
running
of
up on
you.
you checking your hair. So you
Because
gotta
of
be
you.
making
Oh,
sure-
because of you and Shay Shay.
Who is
Shay Shay's the young lady that called me.
You only remember your
Shout out to Shay.
accomplice. You only remember your accomplice. Okay, just know everywhere I go, me and my homegirls be pulling up. We are going to have a great time. We're going to be looking good. If you want tickets to the Dell State, anything that I am hosting, link in my bio at Lauren LaRosa, LorenLorosa, and I'll also be posting it on Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff. I can't wait to see.
Salute to all the HBCUs. I think I'm doing Bethune. I'll be at Howard. I'll be at North Carolina A&T. I'll be at Hampton. I'll be at Central. So I'll be at all the HBCUs. I love to see y'all. This is my favorite part of the season where we can go to those campuses and have a little fun.
Same. And y'all can still add me to your calendars, HBCUs, if y'all still got some budget. Hit me up.
All right. Charlamagne.
What?
Why you looking at her like that, man?
What? I'm listening. I'm happy for you. Congratulations. I just want your hair to be right. That's all. That's all I want. That's all I don't. You know, I just don't want you out here and you on these campuses and people running up on you like, yeah, you know, Shay was right.
Don't run up on me on no campus and say that.
What's the positive note?
All my friends can fight. Don't do that.
The positive. I know they can fight. Their hair ain't never done. So they always ready to go. Listen, remember, most of your stress comes from the way you respond, not the way life is. Adjust your attitude and all that extra stress will be gone. Have a blessed day.
Breakfast Club, bitches!
Y'all finished or y'all done?